What's up, trainers? Welcome back to Pokemon Deck Check. I would be Poke.
I'm the Dancing Bird first base.
And today I'm Pokemon TCG Unbroken Bonds. We've got Meganium Blastoise GX. Out of nowhere. Big shout out to Kian, sorry if I'm getting your name wrong, with the idea of, hey, why don't you try Meganium Blastoise GX? And we said, alright, let's try it out, and it's amazing to say the least, right?
That's good.
It's really good. So let's get into this list here.
Okay, starting it off, 2 Squirtle, 2 Blastoise,
GX,
3 Chikorita,
Chicka Boom Boom,
3 Meganium, 3 Mudkips, 3 Swamperts, 2 Vulpix, and finally 1 Alola Ninetales GX.
Okay, so we based this list off of the Meganium decks that did well in Japan, but obviously we haven't seen anything on Blastoise GX plus Meganium, so we were not quite shooting from the hip, but we definitely weren't sniping, right? We were in between the hip and the snipe, so not exactly a 360 no scope, but we did our best.
Yep.
So, main attacker Blastoise GX with the ability Shell Trap, Shell Lock, I think, something like that. Not Shell Trap, but Shell Lock or Tough Shell, something like that.
Probably Tough Shell. Shell Trap is on Turtonator.
Right. So, but it reduces damage by 30. So, someone asked in the comments about Charizard did 230 plus Choice Band. That was 260. Well, you had 240 plus reduces by 30, so that's 10 short of a KO. So really good, and then you're able to max potion it off because with his attack for 2 waters 60 times, and then you can shuffle any amount of water back into your deck. Well, you just play the 1 super boost, so you shuffle it, so that's a clean 240, and it shuffles, and next turn if it takes a hit you can just max potion it off. So it's going to be very, very difficult to one-shot this unless your opponent's playing grass Pokemon.
Indeed.
Meganium, once during your turn, you can go straight to a stage 2. So it's basically a rare candy. And it just chills on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Chills on the bench, lets you set up. Plus, you have rare candies. So, I mean, it's super powerful, right?
It is.
Then, of course, 2 Vulpix and Ninetales to grab rare candy or timer ball. And then, of course, Dancing Bear with the beacon for 2 turns or whatever while Wondrous Labyrinth was in play.
Whoopsies.
Killing me, kid. So we've solved that. We've taken out Wondrous Labyrinth, so you don't have to worry about that. Then, of course, Swampert, super good. Power draw. He's also a good attacker with the super boost if needed. But not really going to need him as an attacker, right?
Maybe at best like a last prize.
Yeah, if you want to swing the price, but then you lose your super boost, so I would not recommend going in with Swampert.
That's why I said last prize.
So, alright, that's it. Unless you got anything else, right?
I do not. Onto the items. 4 rare candy. 4 nest ball.
Yep.
3 acro bike. 3 max potion. 2 ultra ball. 2 timer ball. 2
Poke gear.
Yep. 2 rescue stretcher. 2 choice band. 2 switch. 1 energy lotto. 1 pow pad.
Tons and tons of items. And that's part of the struggle with this deck is it can be inconsistent, but for the most part it sets up pretty gosh darn good, right?
It does.
And max potion just coming in so clutch. At first we had Acerola in here, but we're like, no, let's just max potion, you know, because you're already shuffling the energy, so there's no reason to play Acerola. The only really concern is
I think it was the energy lotto and Poke Gear.
Yeah.
We weren't for sure if it was better to run more Energy Lotto or more Poke Gear for consistency or trying to find that super boost energy. I think either way, both are really good options.
What makes this deck go, folks, is Red's Challenge. Without Red's Challenge, this deck does not work. And you could put the Red's Challenge in the Greninja GX deck, but this is better. This can take KOs, whereas Greninja GX is two-shotting, right?
Yeah.
So this is a lot better. This is super, super good. If you can just find the consistency, dial it in a little bit more, which we'll keep working at it, but if you can just dial in the consistency, this is money right here. This is solid. Like the Dancing Bear said, we added the 2 Poke Gear because, like I said, the Red's Challenge makes this deck go. And so you need ways to just find the Super Boost. Whereas in the Greninja GX, you had to find Greninja GX and the Super Boost. So you were highly dependent on your power draws or lookers, things of that nature to draw into them. Here, we're just like, we're not going to draw them. We're just going to go get exactly what we need in an attack. And that makes this deck just so strong. So any way you can for sure maximize the amount of Red's Challenge with Pow Pad, Poke Gear, or even an Energy Lotto to grab the Super Boost, that's what you want, because every turn you want to be grabbing Super Boost. So, I guess, like originally we had 4 Acrobike, we didn't have the Poke Gear, we didn't have Energy Lotto, right?
Yep.
I think we had one more switching card.
Mm-hmm. And then,
So,
we had 2 Acerolas.
yeah, we had Acerola, and then we took them out. We're like, no, we're just max potion. So we've already tweaked this deck quite a bit to dial it in, even after like the gameplay footage. So keep that in mind. We're definitely on a path to getting it 99% because I do think this is competitive.
I think it's good. Really good.
And think about all the fire decks that are coming out. We'll touch on that at the end.
Then for supporters, 4 of the Red's Challenge.
This is the MVP, folks.
Easy there. 2 Lily, 2 Guzma, 1 Gladion, and 1 Acerola.
That's it. We had the second Gladion. We had second Gladion and second Acerola.
Yep.
So we cut the Gladion and we cut the second Acerola for the 2 Poke Gear. And then there was something else that we cut for the Energy Lotto. But this stuff is just kind of getting set up. Once you're set up, you want to be playing Red's Challenge every single turn. Discarding 2, grabbing the Super Boost. Every single turn. And then hopefully you draw into the max potions. So
Acerola is good in case they try and bring something up and get it stuck in the active. Like if they try and bring up your Swampert, then you can just Acerola it up and you don't have to worry about it getting knocked out because then that's your draw.
absolutely.
So Acerola can come in to play.
There is something I would like, probably a second Pow Pad. That just gives us more access to another Guzma or more Reds. So something to think about as we go along here. I would not mind a second Pow Pad.
Okay. Then finally for the stadiums, 1, 2, Brooklet Hills.
This was a Wondrous Labyrinth, right? And
I think so.
I think we had 1 Wondrous Labyrinth and 1 Brooklet Hill. So we just took out the Wondrous Labyrinth, added in the second Brooklet Hill, and that's obviously going to help us set up even more. So
then for Energy 1, Super Boost.
that's all you need, folks. If it's prized and your Gladion's prized, then good game. But
That's going to be hard for both of them to get prized at the same time.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
If your luck is that bad,
Then you should find another game, to be honest.
yes.
Okay, so where is this deck in the meta?
I like it.
I really like it. Any sort of water deck is going to be so strong going into the next meta because we haven't featured it yet, but we've been working on Baby Blastoise, and that deck is just amazing, right?
It's a flamethrower.
You have Charizard, which we all know is really good. And then, of course, you'll have either Blastoise Welder or Blastoise Naganadel. 4 super, super high-powered fire decks. Think about all the lightning decks that came out. Okay, you had the Jolteon decks, the Zekrom Pikachu, you had the Zapdos Jirachi, and then you had like the Zapdos Toolbox. 4 lightning decks, right? Well, you're going to have the same thing with fire. So, like what Stefan did, and he hard countered all the lightning. So if you can hard counter all the fire decks, you're going to be doing awesome. You're going to be way ahead of the meta. And this deck, it can get you there. If you find the right consistency of cards to set up reliably, then this is the money. This is where it's at, right?
Even without the weakness, I think the one-shot potential is great with this deck. I think that's what really makes it so much better than Greninja. Being able to hit 240 and then 270 with a choice band, that's some big numbers.
And Buzzwole Pheromosa is probably your worst matchup, and they're not going to be able to one-shot you without 3 energy. They're going to have 3 grass on the Buzzwole Pheromosa to one-shot you. Their little jet punch and all that with choice band, that's only 160, and you can one-hit KO them. They're at what, 270?
Yeah.
So his attack, 240, choice band, you're one-hit KO in Buzzwole Pheromosa. And yeah, they can B-string and then they might blow you out of the water, but the next Blastoise you pull up, you're one-shotting them again.
Yeah.
So your worst matchup is not that bad, honestly.
And maybe running another Squirtle could be good in case you like prize a Blastoise, then you can always have one on the bench for if the active gets knocked out.
Yeah, you do have the second rescue stretcher. Yeah, I think it's good. I think if you can, this is definitely the way to play Blastoise, without a doubt, right?
Yep.
This is 100% the way to play Blastoise. And, you know, it's one of those decks where, you know, at first with the Venusaur, you know, I said, probably garbage, right? Mm-hmm. And then we started really digging in, you know, what's its potential. Same thing here. When I first saw Blastoise, I'm like, I don't know, that could be good, you know. But I was just thinking, play it with non-GX Blastoise. I'm like, that's kind of unreliable. And I was just basing it on how we played it with Wailord and Magikarp.
Yeah. Trying
to power it up. But this is a whole different ballgame. This is game changer right here, right?
This is good.
All right, so I could go on, but I'll quit rambling. So tomorrow we will start our tournament.
Yeah.
We'll have all the decks out, and then we'll roll to see for placement, and then we'll hop right into some gameplays. So keep on the watch out for that, and definitely keep your eye out for this one. Good things are on the horizon for Blastoise GX.
Yeah.
So, all right, got anything else, Dance Bear?
No, I did not.
All right, well, y'all be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.